Ah, tax-exempt status of universities and colleges. In other words, indoctrination of your children. We're going to get into something, people, and because you don't really seem to understand what the heck is going on. Now, so the vast majority of public and private universities and colleges are tax-exempt entities as defined by IRC Section 501c3 because of their educational purposes. Purposes that the federal government has long recognized as fundamental to fostering a productive and civil capability, the civil capacity of its citizens. Okay, where was I? And or the fact that they are state government entities. In turn, states generally grant tax-exempt status to organizations including universities, colleges, which qualify as tax-exempt entities under the federal law. Now we got a problem here. Even these private universities, some of them are tax-exempt charitable organizations. But why did I go here? Well, something cropped up. I had some people, not just one, but several people, were having problems with their children who went to college. And they got out of college, and they're hard to talk to now. It's not because they got a good education, it's because they were taught socialism in the schools. And it's not just there. They start out at elementary level too, people, and you better keep your eyes open. You know, instead of the FBI running around and picking up these people who are teaching these abstract values, they do nothing because they want it to foster their way of life. Anyway, years ago, some lady, I'll get this out here, name's Peg Lussick, and she's from Pennsylvania. She was a teacher over there in Pennsylvania. You gotta see this, people. Who controls the children? Now this was basically on the Goals 2000 program that Bill Clinton started. And it wasn't to make your kids any smarter. It was indoctrination to get them ready for the New World Order. And that's what that was about. A lot of things have been going on in the country for years. Like this was in the Morning Journal, Salem, Ohio, Monday, March 22nd, 1999. And this pretty much says it. You won't be studying the Fourth Amendment, which protects citizens from unreasonable searches, since it doesn't apply to you. And they're wrong. It protects every American citizen, regardless of age. And there was a lot of things going on back then, you know, in the 90s, and people just weren't waking up to it, you know. And now, his public service announcement: the government is your friend. The government loves you. The government only wants to help you. 1998. And see the Beacon Journal. Let me get this up so you can see. I can't really focus. Okay. September 18th, 1999. It says here, I've got some people there sitting there watching TV. And it says, do not attempt to change the channel. We own all of them. Do not attempt to turn the set off. If you do, we will cut off your electricity. We own the power company, and if you try to get a drink or use the toilet, there will be no water. We own that. Utility 2, do not try to call for help. We own the phone company. Sit back and enjoy the show now. We know where you are. That's just some of the stuff that was going on back then, people. Here's something that's scary as hell. YAR may be right for you. What this is youth as resources. This was 1998, the Beacon Journal. This was in Alliance Schools. People didn't wake up. Still haven't woke up. I don't know if you ever will. Another thing that's going on. Back during the Clinton years, they had a governor's school down there in Arkansas. Bill Clinton's governor's school. Well, that might have started out okay, but they already had ideas about changing it over to a socialist training camp. One of the teachers that had been there for a while had left and went to another job. And years later he came back and he was down in the teacher's lounge talking to the teachers. And this one teacher come in and he says, "It worked, it worked." Everybody looked at him, he said, "What worked?" "Ever since I walked into my classroom with a Bible under my arm and laid it on my desk, not one of those kids dared to challenge anything that I said." Let that sink in. Can you see the brainwashing that's going on? They are taught this stuff. Those kids that come out of the school, they're told to, well, you know, when you go home, your parents won't understand you anymore. They're going to be hard to talk to. So basically, don't say anything about it. If you need to talk to us or talk to one of your members, one of your classmates. That's the kind of stuff that's going on. Now this lady, actually a couple people, families, have sent their kids to college and they're coming back home and they're completely changed over. They want to work under the table so that they don't have to pay taxes. They want to join some kind of commune where all these other kids are going to so that they can all work together as a group. You see where this is going? They won't talk to their parents about this stuff because their parents can't understand what they're trying to say. And this is going on in the whole United States. It's been going on, I know, since the 90s. And it had to have been going on before that. Now this lady, Peg Liskis, over there in Pennsylvania, was trying to wake people up to what the heck the school systems were going to. You know, the teachers aren't in charge. Your Board of Education people are at the helm and guiding these people. This one other video that was put out years ago in the 90s that talked about the governor's school, it was called The Guiding Hand. Very appropriate. Here's something that was going on in Alliance, Ohio. Alliance parents are up in arms over a multi-age teaching method. Now what it says, let's see, where's the date? Right there. March 14th, 1997, the repository, Canton, Ohio. And it says, 5 years after its inception, Parkway School controversial teaching method is up for review. The parents are already ready to storm the Glamorgan Castle over the program that groups children of different age grade levels. In the past few months, parents for and against Parkway's multi-age learning program have been organizing support groups, turning out in droves at the school board meeting. It's been very difficult for our staff. The Board of Education meeting at 7 p.m. Tuesday. It was huge and heated argument in the crowd. And See, they recommended the school board to retain or throw out the unique learning concept. In the fall of 1992, traditional teaching methods at Parkway School were abandoned for what many educators and parents, they didn't know, parents believed is a better way for your children to learn. Some of the components of the multi-age learning included grouping together children at different grade levels to promote team learning. Also, pupils in their 1st through 5th grades moved to different classrooms for each subject. Instead of grades, assessments are handed out, and books, normally the essence of learning, are deemed non-essential to the curriculum. Yeah, they thought this thing was going to be beneficial to their kids, and now they feel differently. Okay, that's just some of the stuff. This is just in Ohio, people. Imagine what's going on in your backyard. There's so much that's going on anymore. I'll tell you what, we're stupid. We are stupid. We've let Congress and the Senate and our government basically they've just done fraud. They've been mugging liberty for years under the guise of keeping even the streets safe, and it's a fraud. It's to promote more authority over you. Well, I'm not going to stay on here too long. I've already stayed longer than normal, but that's the kind of stuff that's going on. We were even at the point at one time with Bill Clinton. He had, with all the propaganda that was going on with him and Janet Reno, people wouldn't even read the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution because they were afraid they'd go to jail. Well, no, we're not doing anything wrong, but we don't want to go to jail. Well, how could you go to jail for reading the Constitution? And that's the kind of propaganda that was going on out there, people, and it's still going on. Well, if you're a constitutionalist or one of those militia groups, you know, you're against our government. We're against corrupt government. Thanks for watching. Oh, wait a minute. Before I go, one more little tidbit here. If I can get it real quick. Right here. This is important. This is called Closed December 22nd, 2018. As soon as it comes up. Just a reminder. Walmart will be closed on Christmas Day so both cashiers can be with their families. Catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.